Now, most of you are customer service officers or directors or whatever name you're given in your organization. And sometimes you are so outward looking, all the time looking for customer interactions and how it's happening. You forget that the person who designs the product, who delivers the product, is the employee. If that person is demotivated, is not inspired, the customer experience expectations will always be low. So it's important that you as the champion of customer experience, your focus should be on the employee experience first. If the employee experience is excellent, you don't have to bother. They will serve the customer automatically. All you just need to create the platforms and they move. So your number one ally, therefore, in the organization is the head of HR. An organization must pay a lot of attention on who becomes the head of people. If you have somebody with a personnel mind, I don't know whether you're old enough to even understand who a personnel manager was, who sees employees as file numbers, then you will definitely have a disastrous customer experience. So your number one ally is the head of HR, and number two is the CEO. If the two of them understand and appreciate the employees, the customer experiences will always be good. So just understand that stakeholder triangle, one insider, two outsiders. Let's focus on the insider, the one we have control over. Shareholders provide the capital, and they wait for you at the AGM and say, okay, where is the money? The customer is waiting out there with 1,000 choices and says, why should I buy from you? They buy from you because there is an employee who has baked the right cake, okay, as a product for the customer to pay for it and give you revenue. If that doesn't happen, you have no business. You could as well fold. Sometimes in the public service, the employees don't understand that, and I liked Lucas's word, they are not serving government. They are serving the public, the taxpayer, the owner of Kenya. Sometimes even the owners of Kenya don't know they own it. Yeah? They have delegated their ownership to tribal warlords. But the key thing is, let's begin by focusing on the employee. Now, you as then customer service professionals, how do you push the customer experience agenda inside the organization now that we have to focus internally? One is, can you make sure that customer experience is a permanent board agenda item? Permanent. So you have to then lobby with the CEO, with the head of HR, and the company secretary that we need a permanent board agenda. Now, to create a permanent board agenda, then you must then create the system that generates the agenda. Now, what is that system that generates the agenda? It is collecting data. You must collect data that is useful and value-adding, that is worthy of board attention. So, can you start learning how board papers are crafted as customer service professionals? Most of you probably have never written a board paper. You need to learn today to write a board paper. And what do board members, I sit in many boards. As a board member, what am I expecting from any board paper? My role is oversight. I oversee. So I need key strategic points that I approve, I ratify, I authorize the management to execute. But before a board paper arrives at the board, it goes through various management layers, including the CEO. So you need to then ask yourself today, what are the key strategic points that are required to be updated at the board level consistently and continuously over time? So you have to be a lobbyist. You have to lobby and project issues that need to go to the strategic decision-making organs of the organization. So can you begin now understanding? So those who present board papers, especially if you look at most board papers, they are financial in nature. So the CFO has a huge grip of board agenda. Now, it is you to tell the CFO, by the way, my docket handles the part of the organization that deals with baking of the cake. We are the ones who bake the cake, so therefore, the first agenda, the first person to speak to the accounts is head of customer experience, which then determines revenue. Then the CFO, which largely deals with the cost side, will follow next. So most of you have been outboxed and outmaneuvered by finance people. I would like you to start asserting yourself and say, we are the ones who come first. If you look at profit and loss, what item comes first? What item comes first? It's revenue. Revenue comes first at the top. Then now you go to cost of sales. For you to earn that revenue, what did you spend? Then when you subtract that, it gives you the gross profit. Then minus expenses, it gives you profit before tax. Then you remove the tax, profit after tax, finished. You come first on the profit and loss, but your voice is never heard anywhere in the boardroom. Why? Because customer service professionals like you are too passive, almost non-existent in the organization. So I would like you to start elbowing your way into the boardroom. Unaweza kweli? Yeah? Okay.